Hello all and welcome back to Learn to Enjoy channel. Hope you have subscribed my channel. If not, please do so. So in this video we will cover config element and read operations from CSV file. So talking about a config element, so we will be covering HTTP cache manager. So cache manager help us to manipulate the cache sent with the request. HTTP cache manager will help us to store the cache and to use them while we will be hitting with a multiple virtual users. The same way cookies manager stores the cookies with the for authentications whether we are a correct users or not. Next we have a header manager which manages the header of a HTTP request. So whenever we send a request, we send a request with a multiple headers key value pair. So those values we can store in a header manager. Apart from that, we have a HTTP authorization manager, HTTP request default and user defined variable. So I'll try to explain HTTP authorization manager with a working example. So let's move to HTTP request default. So it simply defines the default value that HTTP request elements use. Finally, a user defined variable used to define a specific variable. So we can define a variable and then we can use that particular variable whenever we requires in our scripts. So in order to demonstrate HTTP authorization manager, I will be using a HTTP bin organization. Yes, I'll be using this application. So here within this HTTP bin, or you can see here multiple APIs are listed within each and every. If I can show you HTTP methods, so here we have get, post, delete, patch and put. The same way it has a complete collection of many requests within each and every section. So I'll be using a auth. So under auth I'll be using a basic auth here. So let me show how this works. So click here, try it out. Here the username is user and the password is PASSWD. So once I'll click on execute, so here I again gets a username and password pop-up. So this kind of pop-up is mainly handled by HTTP authorization managers. So it helps us specify one or more login for web pages that are restricted using a server authentication. So this kind of pop-up, whenever we want to deal with this kind of a login scenario, then we can use a authorization manager. So again what we need to do, we need to give a username and password. So currently I am able to do manually, but when we are executing our script with n number of virtual users, we won't be able to do this. So in order to perform the same actions, what I need to do, yes, here I have executed it and let me show you the response. So I think where is the, yes, authenticated true here with a status code 200. So as I was telling you, so this action I am able to do it manually, but whenever I will be performing with the help of a JMeter, I won't be able to do so. So in order to perform the similar actions with the help of a JMeter, I need HTTP authorization manager. So let me show you the complete scenario once again in a JMeter. So in order to design this particular test, I'll be using a curl command. Yes, this is a new concept over here. So with the help of a curl command I can design the same. So this is the curl command. I'll copy it. After copying it, I'll go to JMeter, go to ops tools, import curl here. So with the help of curl I'll be able to import that particular request. So yes, here you can see I have that particular request. Okay, this is a thread group. By default, using a parameter property function, it says to execute for 10 virtual users. I don't want to go for 10 virtual users, I want to go for a single virtual user and for just once. Here it also uses a scheduler. So this is how I'm going to design my thread group. So I want only one virtual users to execute the test, and this test is https bin.org. So this again here you can see basic auth user password. So with the help of a curl command we can design our test script. So we can import the APIs call with the help of a curl command the way I have performed right now. So now let me execute this test and see how whatever the results we get. So once I execute the test, ask me to save. I don't want to save it for now. Okay, go ahead, go to results. Okay, so now you can see I got an error. So what is an error? So error says response code 401 unauthorized. Okay, so now the as I'm not using a HTTP authorization manager, so the authentication failed at a server side. So as I was telling you, here the authorization manager help us to specify one or more logins for web pages that are restricted by server authentication. So the server authentication failed and I have received an 401 error. So now what to do? I'll have to add an authorization manager. So let me add an authorization manager. So go to config element and here I'll be able to find authorization manager. Yes, so within the authorization manager, what are the things that I need to add? I need to add a base URL, username, password, and which kind of mechanism. So I will be using a basic digest. Even domain and realm you can pass. So password is password, username is user, and the base URL is here, this request. Okay, so I have added a base URL as well. So hope everything is working fine, and now I will be able to use it. So let me re-execute the test again. Do you want to save? No, I do not want to save. Go ahead and let's see. Yes, now you can see that I have got an 200 as a response code. Response data, I think we do, yes, authenticated true, and the username is user. And here also you can see this, the authorization basic got added in your header request. So once we have added this got added in each and every request in the headers. And as I was also talking about the header manager, so here we have a key and a value which we need to pass with our request. So this is an accept, and what kind of value it want to accept? Application/JSON. And another, the cookie manager, as I was also talking about, another config element. So now finally in CSV data config I can use multiple data set. So file name, so I have just created a file name as td test data. So let me show you again. It contains two username and a password. So let me add one more username and pwd2 again. Okay, yes, keep this file. Do you want to save this? Yes. So let me browse that particular file. Go to desktop, here td.csv. yes. So in this file encoding, if any, so here I have not used any file encoding, no file encoding, variable names. So now I need to again pass a variable, so I'll be using another variable. So user name will be passed in a user variable and the password will be passed in a pwd variable. So ignore first line. So as I have not used any column name, so I'll mark it as select as a false. But if you want to define any column name, then you can select it as a true in this scenario. So you will ignore the column name. So as I have not mentioned column name, so mark it as false. Allow quoted data false. Cycle on end of file. So just I have defined 2 users, and if I want to execute it for 4 virtual users, so once third virtual users will be active, so it will pick a data from the first record once again. So it will work on loop. The same way for stop thread, end of file, false. Recycle on end of file, true, yes. So now let me show this for a 4 virtual users, so it will be more helpful for everyone. Okay, no, I do not want to save the test once again. User defined variable, I have deselected it, and now I will execute my test. So hope everything will work fine and you will be able to get the output as expected. Okay, the first request, if I can show you, user and password, the same way here, user and password, these two failed because the username and password were incorrect. So here you can see what happened when they were at the end of file. So it again worked on loop. So this is how we can use CSV file if we have n number of data sets. So before wrapping up the video, I just wanted to show the usage of HTTP default config elements. So for that I need one more request, so I'll pick another request from http bin.org. okay, so now again try it out, execute, and I'll be able to get a curl command. So I did all this thing to get this curl command. Copy this, go to JMeter, tools, import, and import this curl. Yes, so you can see another request got added. Now cancel this. So you can see https bin.org, control X and control X. So from both the request I have removed this server name to the IP name, you can see. So now I'll add that in my HTTP request defaults. So here I have added those. Okay, so now you can see here the server name http bin.org, though I have not defined in my particular request, HTTP request. So here as you can see, these requests are blank, but these requests are picking a value from a request default. So this may help us when we want to perform the same test in multiple environment with. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe my channel if video was informative, and also hit the bell icon for more update. Feel free to drop suggestions in the comment box.